Now let's talk about iPhone. Now let's talk about iPhone.
Apple's biggest event of the year is happening very soon, their annual iPhone September event, and this year is going to be a very interesting one. Let's talk about it. First, when is the event happening? Well, usually Apple events take place on Tuesdays, and September events in particular take place usually around the second Tuesday of September. Only exceptions Apple will do is if there's a holiday like Labor Day earlier in the week, or if September 11th lands on a Tuesday, they'd skip that for obvious reasons. If that lines up, this year's iPhone event will take place on Tuesday, September 10th. A date that Apple has used in the past for iPhones like the iPhone 11. Invites for events usually go out 2 weeks in advance, since they've been going back in person since 2022. So we should expect invites for this event to go out on Tuesday, August 27th. That means we're only about a month away from the event and less than 3 weeks away from invites. Now let's talk about the product, starting with the Apple Watch. This year is expected to be a pretty big year for the Apple Watch as the entire lineup will be upgraded. Starting with the Apple Watch SE. Right now, the Apple Watch SE design is based on the Apple Watch Series 4 through Series 6 design. But the new Apple Watch SE 3 could be based on the Apple Watch Series 7 through Series 9 design. That means the SE is getting much slimmer bezels and new software features enabled by the slimmer bezels, such as the proper software keyboard. Again, this is not for sure, this is just purely speculation on my point based on history. The new SE could also be getting the Apple S9 SIP from the Series 9 and Ultra 2, enabling double tap on the Apple Watch SE. Apple may also be working on a plastic body for the Apple Watch SE that's been rumored that will help them reduce the cost significantly, most likely under $200 for the Apple Watch SE. Next, the Apple Watch Ultra 3. This year is expected to be a very minor year for the Apple Watch Ultra. We should expect some new health features, which I'll talk about in a moment, along with a new faster S10 SIP. The Ultra 3 may also finally get the new black titanium finish. This was heavily rumored for the Apple Watch Ultra 2, but never materialized. But if yields are good for the new black finish for the Ultra 3, we may finally get it. Other than that, there won't be much else changed for the Ultra 3. Pricing should remain the same for $799. Now the headliner for the Apple Watch Series 10. This year is the 10th year anniversary for when the first Apple Watch was announced. But even though this is a major milestone, unfortunately it looks like the Apple Watch Series 10 won't be getting a major redesign to celebrate this milestone. It'll just be getting larger 45 and 49mm displays this year. The big story for the Series 10 is the new health features. These new health features include blood pressure monitoring, which will detect hypertension, along with sleep apnea detection, which will detect your breathing patterns during your sleep for signs of sleep apnea. However, these features are running into issues. Blood pressure monitoring is facing accuracy issues, and sleep apnea detection relies on the blood oxygen sensor on the Apple Watch, which is facing patent disputes right now with Masimo. But if these two features have made the cut, we should expect them on the Series 10 and Ultra 3. This Apple Watch Series 10 should be priced similarly to what we have right now, and it'll join the new Apple Watch SE and Ultra 3. That was only the Apple Watch portion of the event. There's still even more coming. Next up, AirPods. The standard AirPods will be getting updated this fall, which may mean at this event, but if not, then we should see them in October. Either way, they're coming this year. AirPods 4 will now feature the H2 chip from AirPods Pro 2 for new capabilities, like the new head gestures for answering calls coming this fall. AirPods 4 will also get USB-C on the case to comply with EU regulations going into effect by the end of this year, along with Find My support with the U1 chip in the case. And for the first time ever, AirPods 4 will be getting active noise cancellation. This is pretty difficult to do on the standard AirPods since they do not have silicone tips. So even if they do get ANC, it might not even be that great, but we'll see how Apple will work with that. AirPods 4 will also have a new lower-end model. This lower-end model won't have ANC and it won't have Find My in the case, but it will still have the H2 chip and improved sound quality and a USB-C case. This new model will most likely replace AirPods 2 in the lineup, and of course the higher-end AirPods 4 will replace AirPods 3. But AirPods 4 aren't the only new AirPods we're getting this year. We're also getting new AirPods Max. The reason why I said new is because there's not much new coming. AirPods Max will be getting some new colors this year, and they'll be getting USB-C to comply with the EU. But that's it. No H2 chip, no improved sound quality, no improved noise cancellation, just a USB-C port. As for AirPods Pro, we shouldn't expect a refresh for those until sometime in 2025. Now, let's talk about the headliner for the event, iPhone 16. First, the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus. These devices will feature this new camera bump design now in the vertical position. The reason for this is so that these devices can capture spatial video for Apple Vision Pro, just like the iPhone 15 Pro. The iPhone 16 16 Plus will also be getting the action button from the iPhone 15 Pro and an all-new capture button as well. The capture button, by the name, is designed to quickly snap photos. And it's going to feature some touch-sensitive gestures as well. You'll be able to swipe left and right on the button to zoom in and out. A touch of the button will focus your image, a press will take a photo, and a press and hold to capture video. This button will be flush in the frame of the device, so no need to worry about accidental presses. The iPhone 16 and 16 Plus will get Apple's all-new A18 chip, the first time since the iPhone 13 that the base model iPhones will be getting a new chip in tandem with the Pro models. This chip will feature an upgraded neural engine, more memory at 8GB up from 6GB before, and built on TSMC's new N3E 3nm process. This will allow the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus to support Apple Intelligence and potentially more advanced Apple Intelligence features. The iPhone 16 and 16 Plus are expected to come in 5 new colors: black, white, green, pink, and blue, and they're expected to start at the same prices as they do right now. And finally, the iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max. These devices are expected to feature larger displays, the first time since 2020 that the iPhone is getting larger. The iPhone 16 Pro will be going from 6.1 inches to 6.3 inches, and the iPhone 16 Pro Max will be going from 6.7 inches to 6.9 inches. The largest screen ever on an iPhone. This will be thanks to these devices, of course, getting physically larger, and they'll be getting significantly thinner bezels, with the iPhone 16 Pro Max featuring the thinnest bezels ever on a smartphone at just 1.15 millimeters. The displays themselves will also be getting better, with a new micro lens array technology allowing for the displays to be more efficient and up to 20% brighter. These devices will also be getting the capture button that we talked about on the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, and they'll be getting Apple's all-new A18 Pro chip. This chip will feature an all-new architecture that we saw with the M4 chip in the iPad Pro, delivering up to 25% faster performance than the A17 Pro. And it'll be getting an all-new neural engine with more cores to further enhance Apple Intelligence. Apple will also be using a new graphite thermal system that we saw in the iPad Pro, and an all-new metal casing for the battery for better heat dissipation. The cameras will also be getting some big upgrades. The smaller iPhone 16 Pro will be getting the same 120mm 5x telephoto camera from the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the ultra-wide camera will be getting a big boost with an all-new 48-megapixel sensor. The iPhone 16 Pro will be getting Wi-Fi 7 for 4 times faster speeds than Wi-Fi 6E if you have a supported router. The iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max will be coming in 4 new colors: a new darker black, a new brighter white, an all-new gray titanium replacing natural titanium, and an all-new rose gold titanium replacing blue titanium. The smaller iPhone 16 Pro may be upgraded with 256 gigs of storage for the base model, which may cause a price bump to $1099. But this is unsure for right now. The iPhone 16 Pro Max should remain at the same price of $1199. The new Apple Watch and AirPods models should be available for pre-order right after the event, while the new iPhones should be available for pre-order on Friday, September 13th. And everything should start shipping a week later on Friday, September 20th. iOS 18, iPadOS 18, watchOS 11, tvOS 18, and potentially visionOS 2 should all be out on Monday, September 16th, while macOS Sequoia should be out on Monday, September 23rd. So, with the completely revamped Apple Watch lineup, a big new AirPods lineup, and the all-new iPhone 16 lineup, this year's Apple September event is set to be a big one. Which product are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments.